And here is the breaking news out of the UK. Prime Minister Boris Johnson is set to resign. CNBC's Steve Sedgwick joins us live from London. Stephen, you're kind of a gossipy guy. Is it really just the COVID parties? There's got to be more dissatisfaction. We wouldn't have anyone left. Gavin Newsom would be gone because he was out constantly without a mask on. Nancy Pelosi, we'd have nobody. If it was COVID hypocrisy, we'd have no government officials left here.
You're right. But it has been one of the nails in the coffin of Boris Johnson. Joe, you were talking about Squawk, and Melissa saying this is your show. Well, it's been very much the Boris Johnson show here in the UK for the last 6 years. He was the driving force, of course, behind Brexit, and he was the man who perhaps ended the Theresa May prime ministerial reign as well in 2019. Definitely the issues over integrity right at the centre of the concerns regarding Boris Johnson, and the fact that in recent days it has emerged that he actually appointed someone for whom there were sexual misconduct allegations about when he was the Foreign Secretary in 2019, and he still reappointed this man back into government as well, and then sent out his MPs and his parliamentarians and his government members to say that he didn't know about those allegations as well. Well, now that's come back to haunt Boris Johnson, because I can tell you, Joe, within the last 48 hours, we've seen first a trickle of resignations, one of the most damning coming from our own Treasury Secretary, our Chancellor of the Exchequer, Rishi Sunak as well. Then we lost the Health Secretary as well in very short succession. And the government, which numbers around about 120 government ministers of all kinds of shapes and forms as well, has lost half its members in the last 48 hours. Member after member of the government has written letters to the Prime Minister saying, we just cannot work under you anymore. We believe your integrity is questionable, and we think we need a fresh start as well. Is it just about lockdown parties? Absolutely not. But that was, of course, the first straw on the camel's back, which then has led to this torrent of people resigning as well. You've got to remember in the meantime as well, since we had the Sue Gray report into those lockdown parties in COVID that you mentioned there as well, since then we've had a couple of by-elections, a couple of one-off elections where the Conservative Party, which had a huge majority under Boris Johnson in 2019, lost badly. They lost one in the north of England, they lost another one in the southwest of England, and both of these were rock-solid Conservative seats. So absolutely, a lot of those Conservative members of Parliament, of which there are a lot now under Boris Johnson as well, are very, very concerned that the tide has turned politically for Boris Johnson, that the British public no longer back him, that the British public no longer trust Boris Johnson, despite the fact that he says, and many of his own MPs still say, that he got a lot of the very big issues out there right as well, and that they're very worried about their own seats as and when we have another general election as well. So yes, Boris Johnson was very, very quick on the vaccine and getting those out there. Yes, he got the party behind him and the country behind him on his vision of a post-Brexit future, which is still, of course, panning out. He was very quick as well to support Ukraine in its rearming after the Russian invasion of Crimea in 2014. So yes, Boris Johnson will say, I got the big issues right, and we're expecting him to say that when we see his resignation speech, which we believe could happen within the next couple of hours as well. But the fact of the matter is the party doesn't trust him anymore. The government doesn't trust him anymore, and he lost lots of secretaries of state within the last 24 hours. He lost lots of ministers, and some of the statements, and I implore our viewers just to have a look at one or two of them, were absolutely damning. Quick point on what happens next. Boris Johnson, we understand, wants to stay as a caretaker Prime Minister, a caretaker leader of the Conservative Party, whilst we work out who's going to be his successor. But such is the febrile atmosphere here in Whitehall, and I can tell you I've never seen anything like it in all the years I've been covering politics as well. The fact of the matter is he may not even get that opportunity. A lot of his MPs say, no, we want you to go absolutely now, in which case someone else will have to step in as an interim Prime Minister and interim leader of the Conservative Party. Melissa and Joe, back to you both.
The economy, the energy policy, none of those things factor into this. How do you manage some of those things? I've seen criticism, maybe it's from his own party, on his maybe being too green, missing the ball on being able, not as bad obviously as Europe itself or Germany, but have you seen that criticism?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's come. I mean, look at how about this for how amazing things have happened so quickly here. The Chancellor of the Exchequer, our Treasury Secretary, our Janet Yellen, resigned, and partly because, of course, he and Boris Johnson had different visions over integrity, but they had different visions on the economy, on spending, on taxation, on what tax rate should be, on how much spending there should be, and on some of those big issues. They were at loggerheads. Look, number 11 is there. That's where the Chancellor has his office. This is number 10 behind me, one of the most famous stores on the planet as well. So they had different visions about the economy. So then, and this is fascinating, 48 hours ago, we get a new Chancellor of the Exchequer, a new Treasury Secretary. His name's Nadeem Zahawi. He's supposed to unveil a new economic policy with Boris Johnson on Monday, together, a vision, joint. He obviously accepted the job on the idea that he and Boris would get along, that they shared the vision over spending and lower taxation as well. What happens? Today, Nadeem Zahawi, the man who's been in position less than 48 hours, says, Boris Johnson, you've got to go. He publishes the most damning letter I have seen for years about Boris Johnson and about his integrity as well.